Periodization training is used for a variety of reasons, including to increase a person's muscle mass, to improve one's speed, to improve strength, and to build endurance strength. So this periodization program is devised to avoid the overtraining. So the training should be organized and planned in advance of a competition or performance. It should be considered the athlete potential, their performance test or competition, and calendar of competition. It has to be simple, subjective, and above all flexible, as its content can be modified to meet the athlete rate of progress. Next is training objective. Training objective are the intended measurable outcome that UiTM Negeri Sembilan volleyball team will achieve once they finish or complete the periodization program. Objective of UiTM Negeri Sembilan volleyball team is to be champion in Karisma 2023 and want to compete and get placing in National Open. Next is test or standard. Testing athlete is important to design a volleyball training program. Before participation in any sport event, it is recommended that any professional or amateur athlete undergo a pre-participation physical evaluation. The main goal of this screening is to maximize the health of athlete and their safety. The first one is medical checkup, and the second one we do a blip test above 10. And next one is muscular strength, which is the 1RM, is a method of measuring isotonic muscle strength. And the last one is vertical jump test. So the vertical jump test is test for leg power. Next is physical preparation. The goal of physical preparation is to supplement the UiTM Negeri Sembilan volleyball team training and facilitate the ability to practice a sport. It helps with the UiTM team physical qualities and thereby improve their performance. In a physical preparation, the first one is improve cardiovascular fitness. Second, develop athlete physical fitness. And the third one is development of speed, agility, and power. Next is technical preparation. The aim of technical preparation is to create and improve the sport skill. Technical preparation, the first one is develop team positioning. Second is maintain technical accuracy. Tactical preparation. Tactical preparation is the process of acquiring professional knowledge by the players, learning and improving skill that enable the player to choose the optimal solution in each game situation and apply it effectively. Training objective in the tactical preparation, the first one is to improve variation of attacking and defending, and the next one is improve tactical aspect in a gameplay. Psychological preparation. The aim of psychological preparation is to make use of psychological finding to increase efficiency of other sport training components and within competition, fix efficiency at the level equal to acquired training level. In other words, it attempts to minimize the effect of negative mental influence and at the same time positively influence the athlete's psycho in order to reach high sport efficiency. The training objective in the psychological preparation we want to achieve is to recover from past tournament stress. The next one is strengthening attention and concentration, and the last one is to achieve relaxation in athlete mind.
I will explain about the calendar of the competition. So at the bottom is starting with months and followed by week. So we have a 3 competition, which is Youth League, Karisma and National Open. Next, we go for the first 2 months, which is January and February. This is in the general phase. So at this phase, which is in a week 8, we do a first friendly match as a warm-up match after a season break. This match is to know every player a suitable position and their technique after a long season break. After that, we move to a specific phase in March, which is in week 12. We do another friendly match that is located in Negeri Sembilan. This friendly match purpose is to know the weakness about the player in the team and also to identify other weaknesses, which is more to sport technique. And also same in the specific phase but in different, which is in April month. This is the third friendly that will be had, and also this friendly match we need to know the player attribute toward this game. Other than that, it also to show the tactical and also apply the tactical game for next match or next competition. Other than with that, also need to know and need to build a good chemistry in the team and also apply a systematic gameplay. For the fourth friendly match, we make a friendly match with a high level opponent such as a Suma team level. This game is a preparation for a mental toughness among the athlete and also need to adapt with a high level opponent. Otherwise, it also prepare the readiness before go to the competition. We move to the pre-competition, which is the National Youth League. All the athlete is more on to make the player get the environment adaptation. Moreover, it also a mental preparation during competition which is more to psychology team. And other thing, it also to improve athlete weakness and make compact and a good tactical adaptation. Next, we go to the competition phase, which is charisma game. In this level, all the athletes are fully prepared mental and physical for the competition. This is also to get our aim, which is in final match. Otherwise, charisma is a sparring game or is a sparring game to the athlete for preparation to the national open. Also in the competition phase, but this is for national open, same method with charisma, it's also to achieve our aims because all the athletes are fully prepared for this big competition. Next, for the transition, is around 2.5 months, is a off-season break for all the athletes and they have a recovery break after a long duration of training and competition.
Strength can be classified into 4 subphases, which are anatomical adaptations, maximum strength, power and plyometrics, and maintenance. As you guys can see on the table, anatomical adaptation falls under general phase because it is subphase where the athletes will restore and prepare their muscle and tendons for greater loads after their off-season session. The goal is to improve general body strength. Total durations in this phase is only 2 months. This subphase target the development of general fitness and motor abilities or skills that are undertaken for relatively higher volumes and lower intensities. During maximum strength, it falls on a specific phase because the trainee will be focusing more on their sports. The specific preparatory subphase of training is used to adapt the basic fitness characteristics produced in the general preparatory subphase of training into more sport-specific fitness, motor abilities, and technical abilities. In this phase, the athletes will develop their muscles to get more force output because their tendons are stronger than before. This phase aim is to strengthen force generation. More force is generated when resistance steadily increases and repetitions decrease. This phase, which is typically included in the base 1 period, which is general phase, is required to train the central nervous system to recruit a large number of muscle fibers without difficulty. During this time, caution is advised not to cause injury. The duration in this phase is 3 months. For conversion phase, we will focus on power and plyometrics training to our athletes. In this subphase, they will transform the strength gain during maximum strength phase into the needed type of power. This phase will take 4 months to perform under the pre-competition. Next, I will explain about speed. Speed can be classified into subphases, which are aerobic and anaerobic endurance, anaerobic power, and speed and agility. For aerobic and anaerobic endurance, we will focus on the main energy system used in volleyball. Aerobic activities are more continuous and last longer, while anaerobic activities often consist of short bursts of high-intensity activity. In general, aerobic activity increases endurance, while anaerobic exercise increases muscular strength and mass. Volleyball is known as an interval sport, which it consists both aerobic and anaerobic components. The duration of this phase is 3 months. Next, anaerobic exercise involve quick bursts of energy and are performed at maximum effort for a short time. As we all know, volleyball consists a lot of explosive movements such as jumping and diving. The anaerobic energy system is the body methods of quickly producing energy in the form of ATP which mostly using the glucose fuel, like Shafiq mentioned in the specific phase of nutrition subphase. Aside from that, speed and agility allow the athlete's feet to react quickly to whatever direction the ball is hit, preventing it from touching the ground. When a player can move quickly around the volleyball court, their hitting, blocking, setting, and legging skills will improve. So basically in this phase, there will be a lot of drills will be performed by the athletes. By speed and agility conditioning, their body become more balanced, flexible, and adapted to volleyball movement. This enables athletes not only to perform at their best, but also assist lessen the risk of injuries occur. The duration for this subphase is 4 months.
So next we move to nutritional aspects. So in general phase, the player will consume a balanced diet consists of 3 macronutrients, which is fat, carbs, and protein. So this macronutrient will help player to stay mentally sharp, have a quick movement to jump high and swing high. So the total of carbohydrate consists of 50 to 65% to fuel the both anaerobic and aerobic energy. So for the protein, 10 to 25% of protein in order to provide additional power strength for muscle repair, and less than 30% of fat for managing volleyball player weight. So the function of balanced diet is to control the diet, because when off season, player may be off diet and increase their weight. So next we will move to the specific phase. So the player will consume low carbohydrates and high protein diet, because in order to encourage player to weight loss because they need light body weight in order to jump high in the air, plus with their power from their lower body. So the protein function is to increasing muscle mass, because in a specific phase the player will train more to develop muscle mass in strength training. So besides that, in pre-competition to competition phase, so the player will consume high carbohydrate and high protein diet, because in this phase the player will face a youth league before the big competition, which is charisma and national competition. So they will consume high carbohydrates in order to replenish their energy supply in repetitive game in the league, and high protein function is in order to make them recover fast before the next game. Next we move to the psychological aspect. So they need a psychological preparation. So the first one is mental concentration training. Is a must to train to keep their head in game, to stay focused and avoid a distraction from internal and external, especially when they face a highly stressful situation in game. So example for mental concentration training is they can always watching the ball movement all the time in order to improve their focus. So next one is meditation in order to stay relaxed in game and decrease their nervous level. And then they can do a mental imagery exercise. For example, imagine the game situation in training and game. Next, we will move to the stress management training, because in volleyball game, they will face a high stressful situation like in red league game. So they need to adapt that kind of situation. So the example of stress management training that they can do is they can try to stay communicate with the teammate in training and also in game, because volleyball is a team sport. So in order to perform well, it just not require one player to conduct, but the high communication is the key in between each other in order to make sure they can execute well in game.
Tactical game is really important during competition, because on tactical, it will help the team to improve the variation in attacking and defending. Also, it will improve the tactical aspects in gameplay. Next is mental training. Mental training also important during competition. This is because mental training will help athletes to enhance their performance from psychological aspects. This is because during competition, athletes will face low confidence, anxiety, and many problems before competition. So with mental training, it will help and enhance their performance during competition and game.
So, in this annual plan, we put 3 sessions of fitness tests that we will conduct to our athlete. In the first session, we do at the week first of general phase because we only want to see the fitness level of each athlete before they start the training, which is involve 3 main aspects: endurance, muscular strength, and muscular power. For the second session, we did it after the general phase because to see the difference before the training started, where their fitness level had increased compared to the first session. And the next session, which is the last session, we will do it before they go to the main competition, where to make sure that every player has reached their best level of fitness, strength, and power before going to the main competition.